Hi, everyone, and welcome to For the Love of the Map. I'm your host, Julia, aka Sweet Tea.
I'm your host, Marla, and together we are your nonstop connection to everything supernatural.
With 2.5 years of experience and over 8,000 combined workout sessions, we test it all so you can get right to the fun.
Hi, Marla. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Marla. How are you doing today?
Good. You know what I want to talk about today?
What do you want to talk about today?
What's for dinner?
I don't have any idea. Knee strikes. Oh, knee strikes are for dinner?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if I'm coming.
No, I want to talk about knee strikes.
Okay, let's talk about knee strikes.
Well, we talked a lot about them sort of last week. There was the whole change MJ's mind thing, and lots of people suggested knees, lots of workouts with knee strikes for me. I did not do them all because some of them I had already done. And I often make notes in my journey about workouts that I've done. I did try to, and spoiler alert, no one changed my mind.
You loved them? Oh, no one changed your mind.
No one changed my mind. They still felt not properly placed. Like they were just an afterthought, I guess. But I did find a workout that I forgot that I loved the knee strikes in. So that was exciting. And it was a high boxing with, was it Doc? It's one of your favorites.
It's one of my all-time favorite knee strike boxing workouts.
Yes. And it's a reggaeton workout, which makes it even better. And guess what? I didn't save it and put it in my notes. Oops. I'm very prepared this week, y'all. Very prepared. It's a fuego, and it is so good. The knee strikes in that one go with the beats. They enhance the workout. They're intuitive, challenging. So I would definitely say these are good. And see, this is the thing. It's not that I hate all knee strikes. I know it comes across that way. And yes, I have a lot of opinions and strong opinions. I just want it to enhance a workout. You know what I mean? And not just be there to be there.
Well, we have to go back if we're going to talk about knee strikes all the way to the beginning.
All the way to the beginning.
January 28th of 2022.
Oh, man.
We got a video. Nobody was expecting it. Well, I mean, I wasn't. I can't say nobody. I wasn't expecting it. It riled everybody up. It was a video where Rainier was doing knee strikes, and it was explained to us that they were working on a prototype for knee strikes coming up and didn't give us a release date. So in our minds, we're like, tomorrow, we're getting our knee strikes tomorrow. But no, it was a while. So in that video of knee strikes, I want those knee strikes. I want that workout. I don't know what it was. I know it was just what would you call it? Just a made up.
A teaser.
Yeah, it was just a teaser. It probably doesn't even exist.
Surely when they were developing the knee strikes, they made lots of workouts with knees, right? And that the teaser in that video that Chris Milk posted on the Facebook page had to have been a real workout. It couldn't have been a made up one.
Well, I mean, it had a song, but we don't know if that's the actual song that went with it. They could have dubbed over. But Rainier was doing, basically, it was all knee strikes, mostly knee strikes and triangles and a few targets. And so in my mind, I think that's what I thought we were getting at that point, we didn't know that knee strikes weren't going to be in every single workout. You know, I think we get one, I believe if I'm right, we get one boxing and one flow knee strike workout a week. I think every now and again we might get more. But I think that's what they kind of shoot for. And I really thought, we didn't know that then, but I thought knee strike was going to be what we saw, like just so many knee strikes and
knee after knee after knee. We were just going to be doing knees all the time.
Let's make us run. But our knee strikes finally came to us on October 25th of 2022. So we had to wait so many months after being told about them. It was hard to wait. And then they released, I think it was 3 flow and 3 boxing knee strike workouts. So kind of how they did. when they released boxing. We'll talk about boxing one day, but we had to try them all in the one day and then almost hurt ourselves. So, um, but were the knees for you the way that you thought they would be when they came out?
No, I guess I try not to have
Yeah,
any expectations. That's
right.
just the way I live life anyway. Then I'm
That's
not
a good.
disappointed. I'm kind
That's
of just,
good.
just that way. But I was shocked by how hard I felt it was to do knee strikes and flow when I
Yeah.
initially did those 6 intro to knee strike workouts. It was because I was so used to my own style in flow. And I
Right.
often add knees or lift my knees when it makes sense to me.
Right.
And I would be standing, in a flow stance, wide, ready for squats and lunges and stuff. And then you had this knee, and it was difficult for me to figure out the stance for that,
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
but boxing, I really enjoyed it in boxing for
Yeah.
sure. I loved it in boxing. In fact, I think I went back and did those 3 boxing workouts like over and over with the knee strikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
think for me, it was really the same. They came out and, I was doing the workouts. I did all of them several times just to kind of see, how I liked them and what I thought of them. And, we have been flowing. I've been flowing since December of 2020. You've been flowing since August of
21.
2021.
Mhm.
And so that's a long time to kind of, get your style.
Yes.
I lean a lot with the targets and I really focus on what the triangles are telling me to do. And I try to dance when I can dance and move my body, the way the choreographers are telling me to, but also, I put my own style in it and lean and, lift my legs sometimes. And so when I'm doing a flow workout with knee strikes, I'm anticipating the knee coming, and so I
Yes.
almost feel like I've gotta be on both feet on balance, and I almost feel like I can't, do my own style, and do the knee strikes too because it feels like I might fall over sometimes, so
Well, see,
but
this
then in
is
boxing, I felt kinda like you, I felt like it was easier because in the boxing, you're
yes,
kinda standing in your stance with your 2 feet and you're ready to go and you're ready for that knee and you can be more prepared for it, but,
right,
um
for sure. I do, and even now, I still prefer knee strikes in boxing over flow.
Same.
And I love the balance work. I love testing my balance, especially with leg lifts. So
Mhm.
knees just made sense, but it is still sort of difficult for me in flow. Just to make it flow, basically, to
Yeah,
feel like it
exactly.
all is cohesive and goes together.
Yeah. So for me, if I had a knee strike flow workout, I would rather it be almost like that teaser video where we just have knee strikes. It's just and you go in there and you're like, "Okay, we're basically it's more about the knee strikes than it is
Oh,
about
okay. I see what
anything
you're
else."
saying.
So
So less
if
targets and
knee
more
strikes
knees.
right. So if knee strikes left out of flow and they only had them in boxing, I probably wouldn't be mad.
Mm,
I think that I would feel okay with that. But I don't
got it.
know. There are ways that the knee strikes can enhance a flow if you think about boss moves.
That's
And,
true. That's
so
very
there are
true.
times when they're used different ways. And I'm not going to say every flow workout, I don't like them, or I'm not even going to say that I actually think this is something that you and I could say that we always don't agree on. I will
That's very true.
like more flow knee strikes than
Yeah.
you will.
You'll be like,
So
today has had really good knee strikes in it. I'm like, oh, really? And I give him a try and I'm like, Julia, what are you talking about? These are not good. But, it's okay to
we
have
should have a little
differing.
scoreboard behind us of instead of our pictures, we should just have nope, Julia's wrong again. Put you in so many workouts that you're like, what are you doing?
Well, yeah, you were fired a long time ago. It's
I
been a
was.
you've improved over time. I'll say
I
that.
have. I have.
You
That
do
one
pick
that I
out good
did.
workouts now.
Yeah, I do much better than I used to. But I think that also as knee strikes have come out and we've been able to adapt to them, because we've talked about this before, when new things come out, sometimes you hate it and
Yeah.
you have to give it a minute. You have to
Yes.
like sit in it for a minute and just kind
You
of
do.
be like, before you just, I hate this, let this go away. You just kind of have to give it a minute and see how you like it. But I think it's funny because we found out that some people were like actually kicking them
Yeah.
or doing other moves in
Mhm.
them.
Yes.
And I think that's really funny. I've actually tried it, and it's a different type of workout, and it
It
makes it
is.
in boxing, you're like truly almost like kickboxing. You're kicking
Yes.
at
I
the
love
target.
kicking the knees. If for some reason I'm not into knee strikes that day, I will definitely kick them. It is a
Yeah,
lot of fun to kick the knee strikes.
it is fun to
Yeah.
do that, especially if you feel like they just aren't in boxing. It's really fun to kick them, but if in flow, you just really feel like they're not helping you flow. I mean,
Right.
and you didn't turn them off, just kick them, and it
Yeah.
kind of turns it into it takes, instead of just leaving and partialing out a workout,
Mhm.
because I have a hard time doing that, just start kicking the targets, and then you have a little bit more fun, and then you don't feel as angry, or not angry, but, frustrated about
Frustrated.
it in
Mhm.
the end.
It's
And then
true.
you have athletes like Amy.
Mhm.
She posts side by sides a lot, and she actually does this like little hop kick. I'll put some of her,
It's the
one a video of
cutest
her.
thing. And
It
let me
is.
I have tried and it wears me out. Like
Yeah,
that is a full workout trying to do those hop, skippy, knee strike things.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun
She
though.
does it in flow and boxing, I believe, and she said
Mhm.
it was kind of her way of adapting them to make them feel right for her,
Hmm.
and especially in flow, because like I said, we had all this time of flowing without this, and then we're having to, you know, get our balance in different places. I
Right.
think that when we'll talk about the workout that came out on Friday here after a while, but it was the monster flow with the knee strikes in it. It it really did, if a workout really has you leaning the right way in the triangles and gives you a knee strike, it's perfect. It feels good. But it's when you're kind of leaning one way on one leg, and then the opposite side knee strike comes up, or your same leg that you're leaning, that knee strike
Right.
comes up on you. You're kind of fumbling there for a minute trying to get your right leg up
Yeah.
to get that knee strike. And that's where it
Right.
feels uncomfortable or, frustrating, I think, as a user.
You
Um,
just get out of the flow. You get out of the flow.
yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I don't like about it. And it's like I have to actually think about it or I'm forced I get a forced thought like, "Oh, that wasn't comfortable." And so it does remove me from my flow state.
right.
And that's what I don't like.
Well, and we have a joke that some of the athletes, our friends, some of our friends are on a knee strike.
Yes.
Which
Yes, the
obviously, if you don't know, you can go, well, but if any of our listeners don't know, you can go and actually turn them off. So
right.
there's an accessibility feature where you can turn the knee strikes off. I wish you could turn them off. I just now thought of this. I wish you could turn them off for flow or turn them off for boxing and not just for
Interesting.
all.
Yeah.
So you could be like, oh, I don't really care for them in flow, but let's leave them in boxing, and that way
Mhm.
you can choose between the two. But
Right.
I'm sure there's a reason why. I've never thought about it until now, but I
Probably
don't.
because most people just turn them off to turn them off.
Yeah,
The programmers never really thought that people would want them in boxing more than say flow.
right.
Um, but that is an interesting thought.
Yeah,
Mine are currently on. I was on a knee strike, and it wasn't necessarily about the way I felt about knee strikes. It was because they weren't registering, and it was
okay.
making me mad.
Yeah,
And so
that's frustrating.
I figured out a trick. You need to keep your arms up
Yeah,
when a knee strike comes. If your arms are up, it won't accidentally miss.
yeah,
Sometimes they don't register, and it can be frustrating, even though you're not supposed to look at the scores. That's not supposed to matter. All of
well,
that
and it's
stuff, it still does, you
yeah,
know?
and it's not really getting your knee. It's not what's making that target go. It's
Right.
your right or left
Exactly.
control, or it's your hand
Right.
controller in your hand, which probably people know that too. But if your hand is there close and you have, like a two arm down, knee up,
Mhm.
knee target, that's a lot of times those. I feel like those are better now than they used to be in the beginning. We
Yes.
would bump those a lot.
Yes.
So if you're in there and all you hear is the bonk noise over and over every time you hit a knee, that's it got a little bit frustrating, and you want to
Yes.
turn that off, because then it's gonna, like you said, affect the power score, which we still did the knees, we still did the exercise, we still burned the calories, but sometimes when that score pops up there at the end, it's like, "Oh, I did bad." It makes you think you did
Right.
bad, but you did good. You still did the
Exactly.
workout, but
It bothers me. My accuracy
yeah.
score bothers me more so than my power score,
Yeah.
especially when I know that I'm hitting them. And
Right.
here with the Quest 3, I'm having a lot of tracking issues with my new controllers in the Quest 3. So I'm already missing targets, even though I swear I am hitting the targets.
Right.
So then to miss knees is frustrating. So I try not to let that bother me. And some days are better than others, just like all things in life, you know?
Yeah.
But sometimes I get in there and I'm like, I hit you. What is your problem?
I think we talked last week too about some of our workouts that were our favorite knees. I have a lot
Mhm.
of boxing ones because I just love the knees in boxing. They're really fun to me. The Fuego one, I'll I'll pop it up. I'll pop it up when Marla was talking about it. But that Fuego boxing is also in a quick hit. So
Mhm.
we just talked about quick hits on Sunday on our new, what do we call it?
Bonus.
Bonus
Quick hit
episode that we've
Sundays.
started, you guys. Quick Hit
Yep.
Sundays, if you didn't know. We're going to try to film a quick under 10-minute quick hit for Sundays for you guys. More content. But
Yay.
anyway,
Mhm.
let's see. There's and flow. I mean, it's harder for me to remember my favorite boxing ones because I don't think about flow the same as I think about boxing. Are you the same with
Hmm.
that? The way you think about, choreography and your favorite workout, like with boxing, it's harder for me. I just don't think about it the same way. It's not compartmentalized the same
Interesting.
as flow as I think about
I
the
think it's because we
songs and
both
choreography.
love flow so much, and
We do.
we both started when there was only flow.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
we've
We
been
didn't have the
doing
boxing.
I had been doing it for over a year, and then boxing
Yeah.
came out. So you were over a year and a half, only flow.
Yeah.
I
It
don't
was
know.
a
I
long
think
time.
I mean, yes, we both love boxing.
Yeah,
uh,
boxing is great,
but yeah, I guess you're
but to
right. I
have
didn't really think about it that way because, yeah, I know the location, I know the
mhm,
song, I know the choreography. So,
yeah,
yeah, you're right. But when I think about
in a
boxing, I don't
flow
think about it that way.
versus a boxing.
Yes. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very different for me.
I bet there's people out there that do the reverse, that really think
Oh,
and get
I bet you
into
too.
boxing, but not so much flow,
Mhm.
who can tell you all about the choreography, the
That
combos,
is
all
very
that
true.
stuff. Be
Mhm. I
interesting
didn't
to
even think
hear
about
what
that.
people
And
have to say about that.
I mean, I do know that people have, there are people that just do boxing and not float. Blows my mind.
Right.
But, and then there are just some people that do flow, no boxing, and then I try to do a really good mix of the two, or at least I think that I do, but then when I got my year in review, I had like 60 some percent of flow that I did versus boxing. So I am a flow girl, but
Mhm.
I feel like the way I can move my body and dance and flow is just, it's so much of a workout, and it's
Right.
so much more fun, and there's so much more that I can put into it of my own than boxing. It to
Yeah.
me feels more rigid, and it's not as, which I don't know. There are people that can flocks and flow box and
Right.
the
But
style that Jessa does.
you really stick to proper form in boxing,
Yeah, I do.
and you really work on it, and it bothers you when you're not doing
Yeah,
exact proper boxing form. I know that
yeah,
about you. So I think maybe in your mind, you have to box the way you're supposed to box. You can't
probably.
add your own style to it. Whereas like Jessa or even me, I kind of do my own thing. I mean, I
Mhm.
stay in form, proper boxing form a little bit, but I also just do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
You don't do that at all in boxing. I have
Yeah, I
never
really
seen you
try.
box your own way, add
Yeah,
your
it's
own thing to it.
I mean, there are days when I get in and there's a really dancey song, and I will kinda let loose a little more, but in my mind, when I'm putting out a side by side, and I feel like I don't have that when I'm putting it out there, I don't have that freedom. I feel
Hmm,
like I have to be, in that form, and I don't put up as many side by sides of boxing. I don't like to see myself boxing as much as I do the flow,
flowing.
but I feel like because boxing is like, here's your boxing form and do this and do that, I feel like it is a lot harder to put that out there if you're not actually following true boxing form, but I
Hmm.
love and have no issue with watching other people do it with different forms. So I think it's great that people can adapt their own
Yeah,
ways of doing things. So
for sure.
I shouldn't be so harsh on myself. I should just film it and put it out there because I have a lot of boxing that I like. So I have a
We
few, but
are
not as
our
many as
own
love.
worst critics.
We
It's
sure
always that
are.
way.
We are.
Always that
Hmm.
way. Um, but I hear you, especially when learning proper form in boxing, I think is really important. You're going to get a really great workout that way. Also, you're not going to injure yourself and you're going to be doing the movements as intended.
Yeah.
However, if you're not having fun, if it frustrates you,
Hmm.
then do your own thing.
That's right.
Add your
I
own
agree.
thing.
Yeah.
Uh, you're winning if you're moving.
That's
So, whatever
exactly
gets you
right.
in the headset moving, do that.
Yeah. A lot of times I do find that if I'm enjoying the song and I am kind of doing more of a dance box style, I'm forcing myself to move more and I'm getting my heart rate up faster.
Yes.
There's that pros only boxing that came out, the rave one.
Hmm.
Oh, that's my favorite. In that last song, I jumped through the whole thing. And I don't think in true boxing form you're supposed to be jumping around the way I am. I don't know, maybe you are. But I it wears me out. It's not only a pros only, so there's way more targets, but I'm jumping the whole time through a couple of the songs in that, and I'm just it just wears me out. But I
That's
have
awesome.
so much fun. It's what the song tells my body to do. I just
Yeah.
let loose and just go.
I
So,
love that you listen to what the song is telling your
yeah,
body. Your body's like, I gotta jump, I gotta jump. And so you
just jump.
do. I
Yeah,
love that.
I do that with flow things too. I'm like, "Why is it making me do this?" Because 'Cause we'll go in together to talk, and I'm like, "I'm just gonna be chill, I'm gonna take it chill." And then this one song comes on, and I'm like, "No, calm down. Stop jumping."
You're like, Marla, I'm bouncing. Are you
Yeah,
bouncing? I'm like, yep. I
yep.
got the bounce.
You remember that high boxing that we did? I don't remember why we did it, but I think we were in competition. So we
Hmm.
did a lot of the workout of the days together or something, or it was something that we had to do for Monopoly or something. And we're like, well, we've got to get this one done. You looked at yours, I looked at mine, and we're like, okay, these are the ones we have to do. And we'll do them together. And we were like, let's get this boxing over with, and we ended up having
So
such a
much
good
fun.
time. Yeah,
Hmm.
we were just bouncing up and down. We were like,
Yeah.
and it was a rock, wasn't
It
it?
was. I think was it gosh, now I have to remember. My brain is like, what workout was it?
Well,
Because
I'll put it on the screen,
yeah,
but
it took us both by surprise that
yeah,
our bodies reacted this way. We were like, "Why is this so good? This isn't even music we would have chose to do,"
yeah,
but it was so much fun.
it
We
was
I
really fun.
remember we were bouncing all around. It was a rock. It was a rock.
We weren't
Uh,
expecting to like it at all. And
no.
I think that's another conversation we could get into about the whole experience that we go through when we get a workout. You
Mhm.
get on your phone, you see the card, you look at the card, you see the coach, you see the picture that you see on there, and then you're looking at all the songs. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll hit the Spotify
Yep.
button and I'll go listen to them. And
Mhm.
sometimes I'll just look at it and be like, nope, I'm not doing this. I'll see 80s or I'll see
Yes.
70s or
Mhm.
I'll
I am
see
guilty of
something
that.
on there. Yeah. But then I mean, I skipped a workout before that you told me. You were like, "You need to do this." And I'm like, "Marla, it's a retro or something." And you're like, "But what was it? It was they redid the music. What is that called?"
It's a
Now my brain is
remix.
broken. Remix. Yes.
Yes.
So, we like the fresh finds a lot of times
Yes.
too because of that. But, these you have to look and read in that description sometimes because,
Mhm.
well, they can hide a pros only from you like that.
Yes, exactly. You better read that description. You
That's
have
right.
no idea what they'll hide in there.
No idea. When will we have our pros only category?
We
We want
need a
that.
pros only category so that we don't
Yeah.
have to search through all the highs. It would be so much
Yeah.
easier to search in the companion app and in the headset.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
in the headset, you can go to collections, but not every single pros only is in there.
It's not, and they're not in order either, so they're hard to
That
kind of
drives me crazy.
sift
Like,
through.
what kind of order is that when
Yeah.
when you're looking at collections? Because I have that actually saved. So
Mhm.
when you bookmark and save things, you can also save collections. I
Mhm.
apparently saved the pros only one. I had no idea.
Of
But
course you did.
I went in there and I was looking and they're not in any sort of date order, which made
But I
zero
thought
sense
they
to me.
were. I thought they used to be. I thought the newest one was up at the top, but they're not like that now, so
No,
excuse
it's
me.
weird. It is very strange. I was like, hold on a second. Why are these two workouts next to each other? They're not even close in the years. Like, what is
Right.
happening? But yeah, it's missing a lot of pros only, and it's just hard to find pros only.
It
Also,
is.
pros only is not a high. It is a step above a high intensity.
It
I'm
is.
I'm sure it started off like it's a high, but it's more dense, and now it's just way more complex and so good. I love pros
Pros
only.
onlys, anything before what, the first Madhouse, I could
Yes.
say could probably most of them could be considered what our highs are now. It's
Yes.
definitely changed. When we get a pros only now, it's definitely not like I wish I had a date, but um the before the very first Welcome to the Madhouse, any pros only before that wasn't as high intensity. They probably truly could now be labeled as a high.
I would
Um
say towards the end of 2022, maybe.
yeah.
Um,
Or was it spring of 2022 when we got
I
our
don't know.
first one? I know
I'd have
the
to look.
years are crazy. Like you're like that was just last year and it was like 3 years ago.
Right?
That's how it is for me. So, keeping up with all that. But anyway, yeah, we went down a whole rabbit hole.
As we always do.
I was talking about how, you get on and you see the workouts and how we
It's an
absorb.
experience.
It
I
is.
often drink my coffee in the morning listening to the Spotify playlists of workouts and get myself
Yeah.
pumped up to work out.
Yep.
And a lot of times, if it says it's the 80s or retrofit or country, I don't even listen, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
get better. I'm still trying to get better about
Yeah.
that. And I listen to the playlist regardless if I know I like it or not, because
Mhm.
it's part of the experience.
Yeah, get you hyped up.
It does.
Yeah,
And the choreography, once I get in the headset, the choreography can really completely change my opinion of a song.
very true.
I might not thought I liked the song, but if the choreography is super fun and the
Yeah.
coaching is really good, I'm like, well, dang, I love this song now.
Well, and you're the one that got me into doing that because I'd go in a party with you and I'd be like, "Oh, I don't even know this song." And you were like, "Well, if you listened to it on Spotify and
Right.
the experience that you need to be having when you open the app and you listen to the song, you would
Yeah,
know what kind." Well, I mean, listening to it once maybe, but not. But, if you get on there and you listen to a song you don't know, it will help you do better
it
during the
will
workout,
for
especially on a
sure,
pros only or something. But
especially a
well,
pros only.
even a boxing, because boxing is, well, I mean, they're all beat driven, but a boxing is very,
Yes.
and when things don't go on beat, I get
Yeah,
really
that
mad.
drives us crazy. That drives us crazy for sure. It's a
Hmm.
rhythm game. It needs to go on beat.
Yeah.
If it's not syncopated, it's like, "Arr."
Cut it out. Oh, wow. So knee strikes, yeah. Well, and we also posted about knee strikes in um our group that we have on Facebook,
Hmm.
our podcast group, and there were a lot of opinions.
A lot.
We had people, put your favorite knee strike workouts so other people could try them, and some people were like, "Oh, I love that. Thanks for this." And they were like, "Oh, that one wasn't for me." Everybody has their own opinions, and that's great. But yeah, there was a whole lot of
Right.
opinions from our community there.
For sure. Lots of
Yeah,
interesting ones, especially about dancing and how the choreographers, we're only making assumptions because we don't know a lot about how the choreographers work. It's not something shared with us in the community page.
right.
It's actually been quite a few years since we've gotten any sort of behind the scenes look at how the choreographers do their job, which
Yeah,
we would love lots more of that. But
so much more.
so we're all making assumptions. Are they
Yeah.
listening to the music and mapping based on how their body naturally wants to move with it,
Mhm.
especially when putting in knee strikes? Are they just taking patterns and throwing up on the screen? We don't know,
Yeah,
because it's not
that's true.
something talked about.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of discussion about how the choreographers inserted knee strikes into
Yeah,
workouts. I don't know how else to
definitely.
put it.
Yeah, and I think new for them when they came out, obviously, new for us, and everyone has to have that time, to adapt, but
Mhm.
I'm telling you, if I'm leaning to the right, I wanna do a left knee. I don't wanna do
Yes.
a right knee, these are the things. It's just taking into consideration, and I know everyone flows and boxes different and, especially flow. But I mean, if you are having us lean to a lean triangle to one side, it would make the most sense to kick up the opposite knee. So,
Yes, definitely. And that reminds me of a song from the solstice workout of last year, the high flow,
uh-huh.
and they had leg lifts and knee strikes. And there was this combination in this one song. It was like leg lift and then knee strike, then leg lift, then knee strike. And it was
Yep.
so satisfying. And you and I have been waiting for these to reappear
To
in
see it
other
again.
workouts, and we have not.
Mhm. No.
Whoever choreoed that song, I don't even know what song it is. I have to go back. I think it's the fourth
I'll
song, and
I'll put
and
it in.
everyone's like, "The fourth song? I don't know what the fourth song is." Um, I have to go look. But
I'll
anyway,
put it below. I'll make sure that they know about it.
if you know what I'm talking about, where it's leg
Mhm.
lift, knee strike, leg lift, knee strike, and it was a whole opposite leg, opposite knee, opposite leg. It was so sad. It was so good. It felt
We
like
were
a
hoping we would see it through the whole thing, but it was just the one
yes,
song. Yeah.
it was. And
And
I
it
was
did have
hoping
a
to see it.
feeling to it.
Yes, it really did. And it
It
felt
was
like
like
a
it was its
move.
own dance move, yeah,
Yes.
but I
Or
can't.
out of kickboxing or out of
Yeah,
something. It was really good. And
yeah.
I would do that workout just for that song again. Well, maybe
I
I wouldn't
mean,
finish the whole workout, but I would do that
do
one.
1 through 4.
Yes, just to get to that combo because it was
Yeah.
so, so good.
It's a satisfying it was satisfying, to our body, both of us. We were like, "Oh, this is good." We'd never seen it before, and we want to see it again. Give it to
For
us more.
sure.
Yeah. I
S-
love that when we get, you know well, this isn't knee strike, but when we put our do the side leg out, what is this called? What does my
Leg
brain not
lifts?
work? Leg lifts with the arms up leg
Mm-hmm.
lift
Oh,
situation.
yes.
They make us move
Yes.
different ways than the usual.
I love leg lifts. I know a lot of
I do
people don't love
too.
leg lifts. I love anything that makes me try and balance.
Mhm.
Um, I often don't do the leg lifts on the right side because that they're asking you to. It's totally accident. My brain just like, oh, you want to go left with the left leg? We're gonna do the right leg, and
But what
lots of
it
people joke
does
about
is
it.
it makes it look good in your, side by side because everything's flipped. So you technically for the side by side are doing it right. But
That's
yeah, we have
hilarious.
this whole joke that I was, I was editing a very big community side by side. And when I got to Marla's, I stick each person in and I'm lining them up with the gameplay. And I'm like, oh, I think I need to flip her. Okay, so let me flip her. And I'm like, no, then this one she's not doing. Now, then I couldn't figure out. I'd flipped you around so many times you were dizzy. I didn't know how you were supposed
I
to
was
go.
dizzy. You're like, Marla. I'm like, I'm not refilming it. Like, it is what it is. I will be doing my own thing. So now anytime we're doing side by sides and it's leg lifts, it's like, Marla, don't forget to do the proper leg, the one they're asking you to do. I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I do and you can stick me in the video.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll iron it out when you do the punches or
Yes.
the flow targets or something. But yeah, I think my like hip flexors are tight. So I think I like them, but a lot of times I'll either do a knee kick, like an actual knee kick, or I'll throw my leg kind of back. Like a donkey kick. I don't know what you want to call it. But I do the leg lifts.
I love leg lifts.
I feel like I need to stretch more. And there's one
You probably
side
do.
that's always better than the other, that's tighter than the other. So there is Rainier does have a good leg
really
mobility.
good one.
I don't know what it's called, but a stretching.
He's got you on the floor stretching and doing all sorts of stuff.
It's a good one. Stretch out those hip flexors, because us women, well, I don't know, men too. Everybody needs to stretch their hip flexors. Go do that today.
Everyone needs to stretch. Period. Just get on the floor and stretch.
About stretching,
yes,
I don't like I should. I'll be the first to tell you I don't. So
I stretch every day.
That's awesome.
Every day. I love to stretch. I will just sit on the floor and do stretches. I do moving stretches, so I'm moving all around, doing things. I at least spend 10 minutes a day doing it. It makes a huge difference. Well, then we need a new
segment, Stretches with Marla.
Oh, gosh, no.
I think we could name it something better, but, you can just lead us. Make us stretch.
Oh, gosh. Y'all stretch. I'm just going to remind you.
Well, when I get in the headset, I think I just want to go straight to the supernatural. I'm like, let's go get this done, And
see, I stretch outside of the headset. Well, sometimes I'll stretch in the headset, but I stretch in the morning, like when I first wake up before coffee. Okay. I do like a whole stretching routine, I guess.
That's really awesome that you do that.
Makes me feel a lot better. So it's not necessarily stretching before a workout. It's stretching before I get up and move around for the whole day. Well,
it helps prevent injuries, I'm sure.
It does. So, and helps me wake up.
Yeah, it's a very good practice. I feel like we should all adapt. I probably won't.
No, you won't.
Like this?
You won't.
It's like, drink your water, do your stretches. Okay.
Sure, right on that.
Oh, well, I guess we should get to our...
It's time for Workout of the Week reviews.
Oh, workout reviews with Julia.
Woo woo.
I have a confession.
Uh-oh. Go ahead and tell us. We're all ears.
I didn't do any of the workouts of the day this week. Not one.
Okay, so because none of them looked great to you, or you just weren't feeling it?
Was a combination. None of them really looked good to me. Well,
I mean, sometimes you do get a leg up from your friends, like, don't do this one. That's terrible to say.
It is terrible.
But, we did it.
That and I already had workouts stuck in my head that I wanted to do.
Okay, so you went back and did some faves.
I did. So it was like, do I really need to do this one? No, I want to do one of my favorites.
Yeah, we'll tell you if it's one you need to go do.
Exactly. So last week's reviews will really be all Julia, because I did not do any of them.
I don't know. You may have something to say here or there.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So Monday's workout of the day. I don't remember. If I don't go over it, I don't remember if I just didn't do it or who knows. So I did the flow, the medium flow, glutacious glute power with Duana, not by Duana, by Duana, with Duana. And wow. So if you really like to just get in the headset and you want to get to work and you want to really burn your booty, do all the squats, do all the lunges, keep you down on the floor working. This one's for you.
So it was like a true
It was a
glutacious.
true glutacious. There
Mm,
was no spins, like
no spins.
no. It was
What?
kind of like it was all work. No play. You're getting in here, you're getting the work done, and you're gonna get
Mm-mm.
out.
But no
And even
spins.
Dwana's the way she coached this one was kind of like that too. Like, get
Mm.
down, let's do this. You got this. We're going to make it through this. It wasn't, this is not one that you're going to get in and dance. And I'm not going to say you're not going to have a good time, but
I was about to
the
say,
songs
is this
were,
not a fun one, Julia?
no, the playlist was great. But
Okay.
yeah, this is like an all work, no
Okay.
play. Get in here. If you, and it seriously will get your glutes. Like, my booty was sore. So just gonna put that out there.
All right.
So Tuesday's workout of the day was a rock boom baby. We should have a song for this.
We should. We should.
You can't help it. Is that what it says? Look, I'm gonna put my phone up in front of my face. It was a high flow. And this was so fun. The songs, no, they're not current fun songs. I don't have the song list in front of me. Most rock boom babies are just these little short, 2, 3
Yeah, I
minute
did
songs.
notice that. They're really short songs.
They are. It was a 17-minute workout, but I'm pretty sure it had 6 songs in it if I remember correctly. Bouncy, dancy, fun. Wore my butt out is what one of my notes that I put. But it gave me so much joy because it's just
Really?
those older songs. Yeah, I had a
Okay.
really good time. So you may have to go back this week if you're feeling a rock boom baby
Okay. Okay.
and go dance in this one. It had great fun. Like, there's no breaks.
It was
You get in
constant.
there, you're constant
I do
fun, fast
like
choreography.
high flows that are just constant nonstop.
Yeah.
When you just need to get in there and get in a fast nonstop workout.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This is
maybe
one
I
of
will save
those.
it. Okay.
And most people know Jessa, so I know we joke that Jessa likes a real high intensity.
Mhm.
She did this one twice. She may have done
Oh.
it more since then. Yeah, Jessa likes,
Oh, this is
yeah,
a
this
Jessa
is fun.
workout. Okay.
Jessa. So we love you, Jessa. Let's see. Wednesday's workout of the day. I did the high boxing. It was called That Feeling, Smooth Grooves. This was for Valentine's Day, and it's all coming back to me now. So we had the Disney workout, and if you love working out to Disney, I love the Disney. It's not my favorite. Like, I'm not going to say I'm going to go work out to Disney songs today. It's kind of not my workout jam, but I did do the Disney workout before I get to that feeling one. It was really good, flowy, fun. If you like I said, if you like that type of music, Disney was good. So the high boxing, That Feeling, Smooth Groove with Dwana. Is it a Dwana week?
Mhm.
I put this was a dance boxing set, so I was doing my
Ooh.
dance box. Had so much fun in this one and danced the whole way through. The songs "Give It to Me" and "She's a Bad Mama Jamma." I said it right.
You did. You
I was
did.
gonna say that wrong. Were my favorites. Great knee strikes throughout. So it was a knee strike workout. And great use of slips to make you feel like you were, getting your
Mhm.
shoulders going with those fast slips,
My favorite.
bopping and dancing. I love fast slips. You're dancing all the way through with your shoulders, lots of footwork and movement throughout. It was a really, really fun workout. And I did not think I would like it because it was like that feeling smooth groove. You see the workout card and you're just kind of like, okay, the older songs were in there.
So before you move to the next day, I remember now. It's all coming back to me now.
Oh.
Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
I protested the workouts of the day because there was no Doc.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that Doc should always have a Valentine's Day workout and he should wear a suit.
Yeah.
And
Doc
so I
in a
was a little
suit.
upset about that.
I think you were not the only one
I was a
I
little
saw a
upset.
lot of comments that wears Doc in a suit.
Yeah,
So,
like, where's our guy,
I
you
thought that
know?
was a tradition.
I
What
mean,
happened?
somebody dropped the ball there. So
Yeah.
I decided I'm not doing the workouts of the day on Valentine's Day because there was no doc.
You won't have, the visual that you need for it.
It's not just that. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, I get why they did the Disney love songs. It
Yeah.
makes sense. It makes sense.
I mean, if you want to flow to "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" But it's not Doc, so it's up to you.
It's not right. It's not right.
All right, moving on to Thursday, which we had a Broken Dreams team, so they kind of like for the people that didn't have all this love, so maybe you should have done Broken Dreams
Maybe
team
I
since you
should have.
didn't have all that
Maybe.
Valentine's feeling inside of you.
I didn't.
But it was Hooks of Love with Dwana, High Intensity Flow. The first two songs were okay, but it was the last two songs for me. I saw Forever Young come up, and I'm like, Forever Young, man, this is going to go on forever. I don't know who put that one together, but it was just, I can't even explain it. It was just like you were just flowing with it, and everything just went exactly the way it needed to. It was fast, but it was just perfect. It just flowed
Oh,
really well all the way through it. Stepping Out was the last song. It was so good. What did I say about Stepping Out? Lots of movements, no breaks. Stepping Out was very bouncy and fun. Also said lots of movement again. Apparently, I like movement.
you do?
Windmills. Now, these are the windmills that go the way people don't like. Is it the inside out? Yeah, the inside out windmills. And at the end of those windmills, I kind of couldn't figure out how to get my arms back to hit the last two targets up. But
Okay.
other than that, it was so fun, and there was some, little different challenging little choreography things in there that I appreciated. Wanted those two. I want those last two songs in a quick hit, Forever Young and Stepping Out. So, the Thursday's medium boxing rap attack. It's a rap attack. Of course,
Yes.
I'm gonna love it. You didn't even do the rap
I
attack.
didn't even do the
You
rap
were on a
attack.
strike.
I said no wads this week. No wads.
You're like not doing any of them. So this one was called Come Get 'Em. And I said a solid boxing workout. It was powerful. I loved the workout. A slip, jab, slip, cross alternating was
Ooh.
in, I believe, the second. I couldn't remember if it was in the first or second song. I need to take better notes. And I'm going to get fired. And I've seen it before in boxing. I don't think it was a new move, but it was really pointed out a lot by Leanne while we did it. And then Humble. I love
Yeah.
Humble. There's just something
Same.
about that, which all the songs were very that powerful,
Right.
feeling while you're boxing. But in Humble, when they say sit down and you're
Yes.
down in a duck, it's just so good. And then the way you pop up and hit the next targets, it's just so good. And I believe Humble is also in a high boxing set too with Mindy. I don't know which
I think
one.
so.
And it was very similar choreography, boxing choreography. So you kind of still did the same, moves. It still felt as powerful because I'm like, well, in a medium, is it going to feel is it going to have that same feeling? And it did.
Right.
It was really good. And then we had Friday's Super Monster Can't Give Up. And that one was really good. So on this day, since Marla, I didn't know at the time, was on a workout of the day strike, we go in and we did the monster or the help me out. What did we do
Madhouse
Friday?
Monster.
The Madhouse Monster. My mouth could not say that today. So we did that, and then Marla's like, "Gotta go," and I'm like, "Well, I want to do this Super Monster and check it out, y'all." There were so many dots. I was about to die. I think we did a couple of boxing.
We did.
Then we did the Super Monster. Or did the
we did a
the
couple of
Madhouse
things.
Monster.
I
Yeah, we
wanted to try a boxing with knee strikes that someone suggested, and it was good. It was a drop workout. It was a medium boxing, wasn't it? Yeah. And
I think so.
I liked it. But because I like that music so much, I wanted it in a high. I wanted more from
Yeah.
it. It did not change my mind about knee strikes, though. And
That is
then
something we need to circle around to because you liked the knee strikes when the workout was a higher intensity in the
yes.
boxing, right?
Yes, I
That's
did.
something you
I did.
figured out. We forgot to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rewind.
I did. I do. I noticed that I prefer knee strikes and highs. For some
Mhm.
reason, I don't like them when they're slower.
Or in flow, we didn't talk about this either, like a single knee strike.
Oh, no. I don't like single knee strikes. I do
I
not
mean,
like them.
there's times when they're there and they're okay, but it needs to go with something.
Yeah, I
It needs
want to
to
hit
go with
targets. I want
Yeah.
to hit targets. I want to either do a leg lift and then a knee.
Yep.
That's an acceptable on its own. But if it's just like I'm hitting and then I'm waiting for more targets to come, don't just give me a knee and then
Yeah.
another knee and then some targets. It bothers me. I don't know why. It's boring. It's boring.
Boring.
Yeah. And then I'm
We
reminded
don't
I'm
want
here.
boring.
No, and I'm reminded I'm exercising.
Yeah, we don't
And
wanna know that we're
no.
exercising.
Nope,
We just wanna dance.
that's why I'm in the headset, and that's
That's right.
why I'm doing Supernat. I don't wanna be reminded that I'm working out and sweating.
Well, that's why I paid really close attention because that day we were testing out some knees
Mhm.
that day. And when I did this super monster, it's called Can't Give Up by Rainier. It was 47 minutes. I didn't even count how many songs. There's a lot of dots. I've really paid close attention to these flow knee strikes
Okay.
because we'd had that
Mhm.
conversation, just before you left. And um, I really felt like this flow workout really took time or care for how the knee strikes were.
Hmm.
And when I was dancing, I really was able to do the knee strikes with the workout, with the choreography, with the way I was leaning and the dancing, and it really went well with most of the songs. Now there was one, here or there, that I was like, oh, I didn't like that one as much. If it was by itself and I felt like I was lifting a leg, putting it down, lifting the other leg, it didn't have anything that went with it. But overall, the knee strikes in this workout really went well with the way I was moving my body. So I was
Well,
very pleased.
are
I
you
know.
lying
So
to me to try and get me to
I
do this
mean,
workout?
possibly. I mean, maybe they're bad.
You would not do
Maybe
that
they
to
were
me.
really bad. I would not do that to you.
You would
And
not.
now I will tell you, I was exhausted because I
Yeah,
had just done
we had done the Madhouse
the
Monster
Madhouse Monster.
and some
So
other workouts before that.
yeah. So, and the Madhouse Monster will wear you out. Usually we do
Yes.
Madhouse Monster and we're like, all right, that's it. We're
Bye.
done. Gotta
Gotta
go.
go.
And when Marla left, when you left, you didn't know I was going to stay in. And I
No.
was like, well, maybe I can get through this. And I mean, I don't like the partial stuff, but I was like, well, if I get done or if it's not that great, I'll just leave it. But it kind of held me in there. Now, I will tell you, I started fading fast by the time I got to Bad Habits, by our friend Ed.
Yes.
But I was about to be like, okay, I'm done. But then I only had four more dots, so I couldn't leave. Only four more songs.
Yeah.
So there was I think that song is so long, and it just felt, for some reason, that one felt like it repeated more of the same patterns, and I was fading fast. I'm like, is this me because I'm just so wore out? But hang in there because then the last four songs it was a song after Bad Habits. It really picked up, kind of gave me a pick me up, and
Yeah. Give you some more
sure
energy.
you've had, yeah, it
Mhm.
definitely helped me feel the energy. So, um, had some great choreography. Let's see. Oh, my move. We haven't talked about my move. My move, my favorite choreography move, all 279 of them.
Yes.
They know
Yes,
nothing about this.
they do
I'll
not.
have to explain it one day. But I have a move, and I'm sure everyone that listens to us, I know you have a favorite move of yours in the choreography that happens in flow, and then maybe a different one in boxing. I have a favorite move in flow. It's hard to describe, but it's the way you throw your arms and then go into a lunge or whatever, a squat. My move is in this workout several times, so I'm sure that influenced me
It
heavily
did. It
on how
100%
much I
did.
liked it. It was
We're
because
gonna
my
have
move
to
was
show
in
some
here.
gameplay
I'll
so people know
Yeah,
what you're talking about, and I think there's, like,
I will.
a million variations of your
There
move,
are. There are.
so it's not just one single move. Julie has a lot of moves, basically.
Yeah,
We joke about it. "Oh, that's my
yeah.
moves in this one, my moves in this one."
It's not your move. The other one is.
"Julia,
It's
what are
okay.
you talking about?"
So that was in there a lot. The knees went I put in here the knees went well with how I was leaning most of the time. Uh, we already talked about this. Still not a fan of the single knees and flow. It was a great set list of music though. And that was
Yeah,
probably another thing that definitely
influenced you.
and
You
oh
enjoyed
yeah,
the
the
music.
music was great. Yeah, and then I actually did do um the flow or the boxing on Friday, the high
Mm.
boxing with Mindy. I didn't put it in here. I guess I was naughty and
I think
didn't
it
put
came
my
out
note.
Saturday. The
Oh, did
high
I say Friday? I meant Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. The high
Everyone in the
boxing,
community was talking about that
it was so
boxing.
good.
Was
Yeah, I
it?
highly recommend it. It had a lot of multi-portal work in
Oh.
there with blocks coming out, lots of slips, movement, um, really fast-paced all the way through. The second song, I think, is the one everyone's talking about,
Mhm.
loving, because there's just targets coming out at you. The three port. There's a lot of times where the two targets, punching targets, are coming, and you have to move to the three portals to hit
Oh, I
them
love
back
that, I
and
love
forth.
that.
Yeah, all the
That's
way
my
through.
favorite.
Yeah, every song had them.
And you're
Um,
turning and
oh yeah,
and hitting towards yeah.
yeah.
That's good
So
stuff.
Friday, I keep saying Fridays, Saturdays boxing with Mindy. Sorry again, I
I have
didn't
it
put a
bookmarked.
picture or anything. It had a fish on it. It had a beautiful workout card on there. It was really pretty.
It was a Just Dance, I believe.
Was it a dance? I don't know. Like I said, I forgot to put the picture or any of my notes on our notes. So usually I do that, but I'll pop it. You know, my good old saying, I don't know what side of the screen I'm going to be on, but I'll pop it in.
Yes, it was a Just Dance with a really
Is it just
pretty
dance?
the Just Dances always have a fish. Tell me why. Why
Well,
do
that is true.
they have a
Do
fish? It's
fishes
a great
dance?
mystery.
Huh.
My friend Debbie says this all the time. This is her mystery. And she goes down a rabbit hole trying to figure out
Why it's a fish?
why it's a fish. But every Just Dance workout has a fish on it. Now everyone
Oh,
go look. They're
yeah.
all
Now you got to
fish.
go look. They're all,
And I want
every
to know
single
why.
one.
We'll never
I
know.
think I knew that and I forgot. So
Mhm.
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I've got to go. I'm going to have to go look. I'm going to go all the way back.
Yeah. It's from the beginning. I believe from the beginning, they're always little fish.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Well, we always like to leave you guys with a weekly workout suggestion.
Yes, ma'am.
So the one that we are going to suggest for you guys this week is Jazz It Up Remixed Royalty with Leanne. It is a 15-minute medium boxing workout from 4/8/22. This is such a fun boxing workout. It's
It really
just
is.
bouncy and dancy and just a great solid one. We go back to a lot.
We really do. And this is a great warm up workout
Yeah, it is.
because the pace changes from each song
Mm-hmm.
and it is very ab focused. The whole set is very
Mm-hmm.
it could be an Absolutious boxing workout, honestly.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Especially the second song. It's got a
I
lot of
love the
slips.
second.
Yeah, the second
Oh,
song's your
and
favorite.
yes, yes, they made a quick hit of this, and they
Mm.
used the first and the last song. And usually, I would be very happy about this because they actually used the last song, which makes me happy because you can't partial if they're
Yeah.
You have
that's
to do the
true.
whole full workout to get to the last song. But
Yep.
I've never done this quick hit because the second song to me is the
'Cause
best
it's
in
not
this
in there.
workout,
Yep.
song-wise and choreography. So I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing that quick hit ever. Yeah.
You just put your picket sign up. You're not doing it.
I
Like,
do.
change it,
I
make it the
do.
second and last song, then I'll do
Yes.
it.
Yes. And don't forget to rate it, guys. Rate
Mhm.
all of your workouts. If you look to the
Yep.
left, as soon as you're done the workout, don't hit home. You have to be on the screen that you just finished the workout. Look to the left and rate it. Do the
Yep.
ratings, especially your
Very
workouts of the
important.
day, even your older workouts, but especially your workouts of the day.
Yes, and on that note, you guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in every single week, taking time out of your busy day to tune in and listen to us. So thank you.
Yep. Thanks, guys. And don't forget, the real joy and love of Supernatural is found in the journey you go on. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode of For the Love of the Map. As always, you can join the discussion on our Facebook and Instagram profiles. The links can be found in the description box below. If you find value in our content, we'd appreciate if you'd share this show with your friends. See you guys next week.